Okay guys, I don't know if you can hear this, but this PC has got pretty bad core whine. In particular, I don't mean the PC, but the GPU. So I'm running a benchmark. I don't know if you guys can hear. I'll put the mic there. It seems to be coming from the back. So not the best silicon, but I mean that's what happens when the GPU, it's like 1080, GPU is so old. Okay guys, let's see if we can fix this really annoying coil whine that's coming from this 1080 as shown before. So I've got MSI Afterburner open and we're going to go for an undervolt here. And I'm just going to go for a conservative undervolt. I'm not going to try and like go push the card too much because honestly if this silicone isn't good, it's probably not a good idea to push it more than 1800 megahertz, to be honest. So anyway, I've got Unigen Heaven running in the background, so the card is under load, and I'm going to just first of all reset everything just to make sure that's okay, and then I'm going to increase the power and temperature limit to maximum so I can get myself some wiggle room, and I'll go ahead and apply that on the core clock. Now this is where we're going to be doing our little undervolt, so we're going to go with that minus 300 there and enter. Okay, and now we're going to open up the curve editor and we're going to apply that curve, and as you see the curve has dropped down, right? So this column here, we're going to look for the 900 millivolt column, and we're just going to be pushing that up to a conservative 1800 megahertz, just roughly 1800 megahertz. There we go, 1802. That's good enough. All right, so we'll go ahead and apply that, and that's our new curve with the undervolt. So now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and save that to the first profile, so that's locked into place, and I'll go ahead and lock that profile, and sorry, not lock that profile, but I'll click on here to apply it, Windows Startup, and then I'll lock that profile. Okay guys, so we've got the setting there locked in. Now what I'll do is I will go ahead and run the Unigen Heaven benchmark. Okay, and let's see what the difference is in core whine. Now already I can tell literally the core whine is almost gone. And mind you, I have got an open case here. I haven't put the side panels on, and you can tell that, well, you can't hear the core whine. I'll just be quiet. Like virtually you cannot hear it. So not only are we undervolting here now, we're going to get hopefully a bit of a performance uplift in the benchmark. We'll see what we get, but already I can see the FPS is good enough, and we're not pushing too much voltage on that area that's causing the coil whine. So we'll see what result we get. So the results are interesting. I guess I can look at this as a performance trade-off for the coil whine. So I guess this is a score I got before with the coil whine. So actually it was a higher score. So the undervolt here, unfortunately I had to do quite a heavy undervolt to not get that coil whine so loud. So I went from 225.1 FPS down to 190.5 FPS, and a downlift in score, unfortunately. But what's quite interesting is the minimum FPS went from 9.6 to 34.7. So maybe what that tells me is there may have been a little bit of a drop in the minimum frames, maybe the 0.1% lows with the before the undervolt. But with the undervolt, I'm getting better 0.1% lows and a lower maximum FPS. So in summary, I guess that's sort of the trade-off in this case. When you've got a 1080, unfortunately it's got the coil whine, so it's bad silicon pretty much, and I have to sacrifice, I guess, with an undervolt and a slightly dipped performance, but at least I won't get that shocking coil whine sound that you guys heard. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's quite interesting. Guys, I did forget to mention the temperatures actually got a lot better. So with the GeForce 1080, I've got the GPU and hotspot temperature. Now, as you can see, the maximum temperature here, I went from 70 plus down to 62, so that's 10 degrees less, and I went from 76.6 now, and I believe I was hitting a hotspot of like 80 plus or 85 plus, so a slight decrease in that department. So what I am getting here is, as you can see, it's a 0.900 volt maximum cap on that, but I guess you get no coil whine, better temperatures, and I guess a happier GPU because it's running cooler, and I guess better 0.1% lows. So overall, I think the positives do outweigh the negatives for when you do have a GeForce GTX 1080 that unfortunately has pretty sad silicon in it, unfortunately. It's actually the first 1080 that I've purchased like this. I've had other 1080s that have been absolutely fine, so maybe it's just the luck of the draw, really.